Once upon a time there was a poor stonecutter who was quite unhappy because he always compared himself to other people, and it seemed to him that others always got the better deal. And so no matter what he had or what he did, he always seemed to envy what someone else had, and it left him quite dissatisfied with life in general. One day, as he was chipping away at a mountainside, trying to gather enough stone to go and sell in the nearby town, he saw a rich man walk by and said out loud, "I wish I could be a rich man." The next moment, a mountain spirit appeared and said, "Your wish is granted." And so, when he got home, his house was not a simple hut anymore, but a grand palace of a house. He was quite happy about this and enjoyed being rich, and so he sat down in his vast kitchen, poured himself a drink, and looked out of the window. Now, it just happened to be an extraordinary hot day, and it wasn't long before he started complaining about the heat. And then he saw a prince being carried on a litter by servants and being cooled by some other servants with their elaborate umbrellas and huge fans. And before he could stop himself, he said, "I wish I was the prince." The next moment, a mountain spirit appeared and said, "Your wish is granted." And suddenly he was being carried in a litter and fanned by servants. This was such a great relief to him that he was really quite happy. However, it was an incredibly hot day, and it didn't take long for him to also feel the heat. And then he thought that it was the sun causing all of that. And so he said, "I wish I was the sun." And again the mountain spirit granted his wish, and before he knew it, he was blazing down fiercely on everything and everyone underneath him. People tried to hide from his blazing heat, and he could see how water dried up and grass withered, and still he shone on fiercely. But the next moment, a huge cloud obscured his view. And no matter how hard he shone, he just couldn't get the cloud out of the way. And so he said, "I wish I could be the cloud." And that is exactly what he became. He rained and could see how the small puddles turned into streams and became rivers, and he still rained. He felt the power flowing through him, and it made him really happy. But no matter how hard he rained, the mountain was immovable. His rain couldn't do anything to it. And so he said, "I wish I was the mountain," which is exactly what he became. And he really loved being the mountain. He knew that the sun could not hurt him and the rain could not damage him. He felt as though he was the most powerful, strongest, and happiest being on all the earth. But then he felt something chipping away at him. And when he looked down, he saw a simple stone cutter cutting stone after stone from his side. And so he said, "I wish I was a man." And the mountain spirit said, "Your wish is granted." And so he was the stone cutter once again, but this time he was happy, because he realized that happiness lies in being satisfied with what you have, instead of always wishing for something you think may be better. Friends, the grass is not always greener on the other side, and therefore may I encourage you to stop comparing yourself to others, or stop wishing for what others have. Be grateful for who you are and what you've got. You may just be surprised how much happier you will be.